We're in Bali, New Taipei City today, and I'm taking you on a bike tour to Shisanhang Museum.
I'm Michella. I grew up in the Silicon Valley and was a journalist in Taiwan for 10 years. I like to row, cycle, and travel. I'm going to show you around the Taiwan that I know. I hope you'll enjoy it as much as I do.
We're at the Bali rental station here, and the museum is here.
To rent a bike here, you leave your ID with the station and pay with cash or an easy pass when you come back.
There's a variety of bikes here, from kids' bikes with training wheels to small mountain bikes to big mountain bikes and girly bikes and electric bikes.
Bali is on the west bank of the Danshui River near the mouth. With fresh water from the river, quick access to the ocean, mountains nearby for more food and other resources, this was a good place to settle, and so the first village in northern Taiwan was supposedly here in Bali.
At first I wondered why, when people came to northern Taiwan, they came from the northwestern coast rather than the northeastern coast. And it turns out that most people came to Taiwan by boat from nearby continents. And the closest continent is to the west. To the east is the Pacific Ocean.
The Austronesian people came to Taiwan first, thousands of years ago. The Han Chinese came in the last few centuries. Fights over resources broke out between the Chinese and the Aborigines once in a while, and casualties would occur.
The dead who had family in Taiwan were buried by their loved ones, and those who did not were taken here. A mass burial site. This is where the John Does found on land were buried. And by the way, this is also where the Spanish built a fort between these 5 banyan trees. So what about unnamed corpses found on the water? They were buried right around here.
In Chinese tradition, people pray not only to gods, but to the dead as well, asking for peace, good health, fortune, etc. People felt that their prayers to the John and Jane Does here seemed to come true more often, and so decided to build a temple here. During the Qing dynasty, this was a very busy port area, and there were several trade companies here, 13 to be exact. People came to know this as the place with 13 companies. 13 in Chinese is 13 and companies is hang, and there you have 13 hang.
This used to be an archaeological dig site, but now it's a museum. The museum building design itself is quite interesting. It's in the shape of a ship, symbolizing the vessels that early settlers came on. And the entrance is down that way, underground. So shall we go and dig for some more history?
The earliest artifacts found at this site were from 1800 years ago. There were a lot of fish bones found in garbage areas, meaning people that lived here ate quite a bit of fish. And by the wear and tear of the shoulder bones, archaeologists also concluded that people rode a lot. I lived across the river over there in Danshui with my parents for over a year and never knew that this is where civilization in northern Taiwan started. I thought it would be Banga or Dadaocheng, which are near downtown Taipei. Such an interesting discovery for me. And the temples that worshipped unnamed corpses was a cool bit as well.
My parents still live there in Danshui, and sometimes I ride here with my dad, either across the Red Guandu Bridge or via the ferry. It's lively, there's lots of food here, and it's a nice leisurely ride. A word of advice, come on a weekday. You should come.